Hi guys, when Priti Patel and Suella Braverman as Home Secretaries cosplayed as police or immigration officers, we all called it out. It was a cynical ploy to convince the public that they were acting tough on immigrants who were working illegally. We saw the clips of officers breaking down doors and dragging people away in handcuffs, sometimes with dark or dramatic music added. So it seems in order to pander to Reform UK voters, the new government is following suit. Here GB News covered a raid on both delivery drivers and restaurant workers employed illegally. But do you notice something missing?
Across the country, immigration enforcement teams have been much more visible of late. Here in Surrey, they're raiding a caravan park suspected of housing illegal immigrants working as delivery drivers. Across the site, the obvious signs that some here are working in the gig economy, with multiple delivery bikes parked outside some of the static homes. 9 people here were detained on suspicion of immigration offences. This was one of more than 9,000 immigration enforcement raids carried out since Labour came to power last July. Almost 6,500 suspected illegal workers and other immigration offenders were detained in those raids. Here in East London, this man is suspected of working illegally in a local restaurant. With the number of immigration enforcement arrests up by more than 50%, Border Security Minister Dame Angela Eagle said it showed Labour would no longer tolerate unscrupulous employers exploiting migrants. However, with some estimates putting the number of illegal immigrants at more than 1.5 million, the government's efforts will make very little difference, according to Alp Mehmet from the campaign group Migration Watch.
It's a drop in the ocean. We've got something like 1.5 to 2 million people here illegally. The illegal population of this country is, a conservative estimate, is 1.5 million, likely much more than that. 6,000 that you're going to arrest and release, big deal.
Okay.
This nail bar in Belfast is one of dozens raided by immigration officers in recent weeks. Along with food outlets, the gig economy and the construction sector, they're all receiving extra attention from enforcement teams. The task at hand may be enormous, but ministers say they are determined to crack down on the vast numbers working in the illegal economy. Mark White, GB News.
Okay, as I said at the beginning, did you notice something missing from this report? The employers. Why are the employers not being arrested? Why are the employers not being taken away in handcuffs? There were a number of groups mentioned here. There were delivery drivers. Well, why aren't the CEOs of the companies who are hiring these people illegally not arrested? Why are they not being thrown in jail? Why are they not, suffering the consequences of breaking the law? The nail bar, the restaurant owner, why are these people not being arrested? Why are these people not being loaded into the back of a van? See, the optics is completely twisted here. The problem is, of course, in one part, the people who are working illegally, but who the heck is employing them? Because if the employers were being punished, they wouldn't be employing people illegally. But of course, the optics are, well, you need to show the individuals who are working illegally being arrested. In many cases, the only job they can find is in the black economy. Maybe they're asylum seekers who are not allowed to work and they want actually a bit more money, but because they're not allowed to work, they have to work in the black economy. They have to work illegally. And of course, that's a breach of their asylum conditions and would likely see them deported. But some people are sitting around doing nothing and they say, look, I might as well do something, earn a bit of extra money so I can send it home to my family because I'm not allowed to work. But once again, why is this report and why is the government not showing business owners being arrested? Because as was pointed out, there's big companies as well who are engaged in this. And we're not seeing any executives or the CEO of any of these companies behind bars. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.